be peaceful and country, but the quietness was too strange to be peaceful. That's how I would describe it. Anyway, the plugs didn't have a plug. They didn't have the phone plugs like they have in airports and stuff. So I didn't have so I couldn't even charge my phone. The Wi-Fi was terrible, so I could not do anything. And I experienced the worst trouble with my bank cards while I was trying some sites up there. So it really kind of messed everything up, messed up the experience, because I had no way of getting rides, no way of buying stuff, no way of charging my phone but the TV, and it was really slow. It was hard to sleep at night. It wasn't much fun, but anyway, I tried to just enjoy my time. Went to the plaza once or twice, and when we finally left, we had to actually literally walk 2 miles again on this dangerous road. It's full of dirt, and it was very, very very dangerous. I was kind of mad, and I had to deal with that. And I was a little pissed off when I picked this place, who said that literally they were a mile from the airport, which they weren't, and there was nothing around. And you were basically 2 or 3 miles away from a store, which really means, and you had to walk through this dangerous, very fast track road. So it wasn't even really made for pedestrians to go anywhere. So yeah, I was really mad. And on top of it, it did cost $30 to go there. So I think it would have been better to recheck the map and make sure that I get something with walking distance from the airport. And that was that on that. So, alright, I think I'm done at 18 minutes. And I'm going to go on my number 2. So number 2 is 2 weeks spent in Bulgaria in a place called Twin Apartments by Ludov Most metro station. What I love most about Bulgaria was the giant monastery, churches, and great like they had a lot of history over there, and lots of like old rocks from ancient Greek time, Roman time, and lots of them were just in display for people to see. And the shapes of their building are pretty nice over there. And there's a lot of artists on the street, a lot of musicians, a lot of violin player and guitarist playing. So, and it's crowded in Sofia. It's very, very crowded. So it's kind of impressive to be there. And there's a lot going on the weekend. Tons of people, flying their drone, the electric cars. You have fountains. You have people walking their dog. People on rollerblades. It's pretty cool on the. Got a good atmosphere in near the park and near the big monuments, but you still have some pretty dangerous area and corner street that you just don't want to be around, or you should actually kind of get more familiar with places. So I would say that even though I was close to the metro, this apartment was a local, and it was kind of advertised as a tourist place, but it was the worst place I've ever been on the planet. So if you go to Sofia, Bulgaria, do not go to the Twin Apartment. You will regret you stay all the way. So I saw, why I had only 3 days left, I saw an American couple arriving. The next day they were gone. I wish I only had booked 1 or 2 days, and I would have been able to do the same thing, but I had already paid up front, and seeing them and seeing how things were going. And even when I complained, nothing changed through the booking site. Things actually got worse. I knew that I wasn't going to see a penny back. So it was literally a nightmare. It was an abusive place. It was like being in a shelter. It was loud. I could not sleep. I had headaches. I was on my guard all the time. It's just the strangest and the craziest place TV was mixed functioning. The Wi-Fi was constantly lagging all the time. I mean, 2 weeks of hell, and I was paying about 42 a day. So it's not like I was paying 10 or 20. And I never got new towels, never got like the room clean. I never got, basically I had to pay for everything, the soap, everything. It was such a nightmare that I got haunted after this place. Was haunted with a cyber stalking feeling, and I just didn't feel good. I was like, came there just to explore the country, but it was just kind of hard to go back there at night. So anyway, let's go to what is the meaning of life. So my new vision, being a new person, wide awake in the why in my world too. So it's very different. It's different because I'm a new person. I have all these wonderful memories and great things I accomplished and experience and adventure in the past, but at the same time, I'm a new person with a new light, and I'm more aware since I don't have addiction problem anymore. And after 5 years of self-help development and all the hypnosis and all the the books that I wrote and all the course, therapy that I took and all the people I try to help to through what I learned, I would say it's very different, because in a way you can't be the same. You can never be the same person you've been in the past, but you always have some kind of connection to it, and all the age and all the evolution. But now you know more things, you're just more aware of everything around you. And also, since I'm not the same person, knowing all this, evil stuff going on, all this chaos in the world, all this stuff, it's hard for me to be that same person. I kind of want to be, but it's kind of hard for me to be and act the same way I've always been. So it's kind of weird, because sometimes I don't actually know how to be, even though I've always been the same person in the past and I never had to think about it. It's because I didn't know the things that I know now. I guess, it's just part of life. So anyway, I think it's a good thing to think about for everybody out there, for you to explore and ask yourself, is it better, or is it improving for you? Is it not? Or it's just a way of having to readapt. So if you went through something, or a big life change in your life, then you can just readapt and pursue new things, and then be a new part of you that you haven't explored yet. So, for example, never been that person, didn't drink ever or party, and now I am. So, never been that person was clean, was clean, but I was always messy. Now I'm trying to be a person who's not messy. So, it's good to change. It's good to try something else. If you've done something for 10 years, it's time to change and do something new. Just like the Brooke Castillo would say, you have to install something new. You can't always say, I'm going to do the same thing because I know how to do it. You got to install new information. You got to allow a new window. So here's an example. The other day, before I went to sleep, I said, I'm going to try to open a new window for new information, something new. So I will not go on a routine loop in my self-conscious and subconscious. So I kept saying that. So I will not go on and do the same thing and self-sabotage in the future. And then the next day I found myself, I remember complaining always my phone was not good, so I could not download large books, regular actually size book. I could not read them because the phone was too small, or my tablet was not, good enough for me to even like have books on there because it's just half working. And so I found myself buying a paper book, a really good one, and then I ended up being really happy with this decision, saying, hey, there was a solution. Now I'm less complaining and I have something to read. And I'm not going to wait until I buy a new phone or laptop. So it's that you cannot just tell your brain, or you cannot go through self-hypnosis. So you do have to listen something new. So on my last episode, I talked about adding things to your calendar. So add 1, 2, 3 things that you want to be reminded of, things at random time. They're going to pop up and it's going to remind you every single day. So that way you don't have to think about it, and you know that you will eventually get to it because it's just going to keep reminding you. So add this. So that's a good thing you can do. So now I'm going to go to, all right, I am at Travelodge. Looks like I have 9 minutes left, so I probably will have to do another episode to do the remaining. So I'm going to talk about the 21 days stay in Travelodge, which is next to London Gatwick Airport. So for some of you went there, you know the place, you know how big the rooms are. If you're familiar with Travelodge, you know the brand, you know how they function, and you know what you're going to get. So it's just like economy budget hotel. You're gonna, and just like Premier Inn, you're gonna get usually everything that you need, good size. You're gonna get comfortable bed, you're gonna get a nice TV, you're gonna get the Wi-Fi, all this stuff. So a lot of people like to pick something when they know what they're expecting. Now Travelodge is not managed by the same type people in every single places. So you're gonna have some Travelodge are excellent, like the highest customer service. And it looks like my phone is coming to its end, so I will go on the next episode and start from there. All right, thanks for listening, everybody, and Happy New Year.